Be honest. How many times have you thought, I wish I could learn this faster? Make a clean slide deck without wasting the whole day. Learn a new language and actually think in it. Edit a video without fighting the timeline. Solve an assignment without staring at a blank page. And here's the hard truth. College feels hard not because the work is impossible, but because nobody teaches you how to learn. You watch study videos, but freeze when you open your notebook. You watch editing tutorials, but your project still falls apart. You watch TED Talks, but your voice still shakes in class. You're not slow. You're not behind. You're using the wrong system. Today, you'll learn 6 systems that help you master any skill 2 to 3 times faster. Practical, real, no talent required. Chapter number 1. Why we struggle with learning. Let's go back for a second. In school, we didn't learn to understand. We learned to pass. Memorize the chapter, highlight the keywords, write it on the test, forget it the next day. And somehow, that counted as learning. You could ace a quiz and forget the topic a week later. You could memorize a formula and still have no idea why it works. You could copy perfect notes and not understand a single line you wrote. School trained us to store information just long enough to survive the exam, not to build real skill. And here's the turning point. We weren't taught to learn. We were taught to pass. Then college hits. Now everything requires real ability. Presenting, writing, coding, editing, problem solving. Skills you can't cram the night before. That's why so many students feel stuck. Not because they're not smart, but because the old method simply doesn't work anymore. Chapter number 2. The input-output mindset. Here's the truth. No one told you. You don't learn by watching. You learn by doing. You can watch 20 gym videos, but until you pick up the weights yourself, you won't know what proper form feels like. You can binge editing tutorials, but when you open the software, you still freeze at the first cut. You can watch TED Talks all day, but the moment you stand in front of the class, your voice still shakes. You can watch someone code on YouTube, but typing your first function still makes your brain shut down. Here's why. Watching is input. Mastery comes from output. Pressing the keys and seeing what actually happens, making the wrong cut in your edit and fixing the timing. Speaking a sentence in a new language and realizing what needs to change. Your brain doesn't grow through comfort, your brain grows through friction. Learning is hands-on, awkward, messy, and that's exactly why it works. Once you switch from consuming to doing, things finally start to click. All right, enough theory. Here's what you actually need. 6 systems that make learning faster for anyone. System number 1. The 80-20 principle. Here's the first real shift. You don't need to learn everything. You only need to learn the things that actually move you forward. That's the 80-20 principle. 80% of your results come from 20% of your effort. Think about it. To learn swimming, you don't need every stroke. You just need 2 basics, float and kick. To speak Spanish, you don't need thousands of words. You only need the 500 used every single day. To get better at design, you don't need every effect or tool. You just need the fundamentals. Spacing, balance, proportion. That small 20% takes you 80% of the way. But most students try to learn everything at once and end up overwhelmed, stressed, and stuck. The rule is simple. Find the core, focus on the core, master the core, because when your foundation is strong, every other skill becomes easier, faster to learn, easier to remember, and way less confusing. Stop chasing everything. Start building the part that actually creates results. Master the essentials, and the skill will master itself. System number 2. Active recall. If you've ever read an entire chapter, felt confident, and then walked into the exam only to forget everything, active recall is the fix you've been missing. It's the most proven memory technique we have, yet almost no student uses it properly. Most people try to memorize by pushing information in, reading, highlighting, copying notes. But the brain doesn't store information that way. It remembers by pulling things out. Think of it like the gym. You don't get stronger by watching someone lift weights. You get stronger when you lift the weight. Active recall works the same way. Here's the simple version. Study for a few minutes. Close the book. Write or say everything you can remember. Then check what you missed. Those tiny moments when your mind goes blank, that hesitation, that struggle, that's the exact moment your brain starts building real memory. When I first tried this for biology, a chapter that used to take 2 hours took 30 minutes, and I still remembered it a week later without rereading. Active recall doesn't just help you study, it changes the way your brain holds on to knowledge. Now that you know how to lock information in, let's talk about how to keep it there for the long term. System number 3. Spaced repetition. Here's something your brain does that nobody tells you. It forgets fast, shockingly fast. You can study today and lose half of it by tomorrow. That's why spaced repetition works. You review right when your memory is fading. Not all at once, not in a 6-hour cram session. Learn it today. Touch it again in a few days. Review it next week. That timing changes everything. Learning to code? Go back after 72 hours and redo the old exercise. It'll stick twice as well. Studying vocabulary? Use a simple rhythm. Day 3, day 10, day 30. Short reviews that keep the memory alive. Think of it like walking a forest trail. The first time is rough. The second time feels familiar. By the 5th time, you could walk it with your eyes closed. That's spaced repetition. Review less often, review at the right time. That's the cheat code. System number 4, deliberate practice. Here's a mistake almost every student makes. We keep practicing the things we're already good at because it feels nice, it feels easy, it feels safe. But you don't grow in comfort. You grow in the places you usually avoid. That's deliberate practice, training your weakness on purpose. If your voice shakes during presentations, don't rehearse the whole speech. Take 10 minutes and perfect your opening lines. Slow, clear, controlled. If your video edits feel choppy, don't start a new project. Take one clip and cut it 5 different ways until the rhythm finally clicks. If your gym form is off, forget heavier weights. Record your movement, watch it back, and fix the one flaw holding you back. Pause here. This type of practice feels uncomfortable. It exposes your mistakes. It forces you to slow down. And that's exactly why it works. Real improvement happens when you attack the weak spot, not avoid it. It's not glamorous, it's not fun, but it's the fastest path to leveling up any skill. System number 5, teach to learn. Here's a secret most students never use. The fastest way to learn something is to teach it. Not because you're smart, but because teaching forces your brain to make sense of the information. When you explain something, you can't hide behind memorized lines. You have to actually understand it. So try this. Take a topic you just learned and explain it like you're talking to a 10-year-old. No big words, no complex sentences, just the simple core idea. Or take a marketing concept and break it down using the cafe you always visit. Why the sign works, why the menu layout sells, why certain drinks are more popular. If you get stuck while explaining, good. That's the gap you haven't mastered yet. Teaching turns the lights on in your brain. It shows you what you truly understand and what you only think you do. When you can teach it simply, you actually understand it. System number 6, energy and focus. Here's something most students never think about. You can't learn fast with a tired brain. Skills don't grow in noise. They grow when your mind is clear, calm, and focused. And that starts long before you open your notebook. 1. Clear your desk. A messy desk equals a messy mind. Take 60 seconds to reset your space, especially before diving into anything heavy like problem solving or coding. 1 minute is all it takes to think sharper. 2. Put your phone out of reach, not off, not silent. Just far enough that you can't grab it without standing up. When your phone is out of reach, your focus stays intact, and suddenly your slides, notes, and ideas get a whole lot better. 3. Work in cycles. 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off. Your brain loves rhythm. Study for 25 minutes, walk for 5. It's perfect for languages or anything that needs memory. Small breaks keep the information alive. 4. Disable notifications for 1 hour. No buzzing, no pings, no micro distractions. Creative work, editing, writing, designing, needs quiet stretches. Silence notifications, and your cuts, colors, and ideas improve instantly. 5. Move your body for 10 minutes. When your brain feels stuck, your body probably is too. Stretch, walk, or do a few squats. Come back to your assignment or essay, and ideas flow again. 6. Take a 5-minute reset walk. Instead of forcing yourself through mental fog, step outside for a quick reset. Fresh air clears your mind faster than rereading the same page over and over. 7. No social media 30 minutes before bed. Your brain can't focus tomorrow if you flood it with dopamine right before sleep. Put the phone away 30 minutes before bed. Let your mind settle. You'll think clearer and perform better the next day. If you want your skills to grow faster, protect your energy first. A focused brain is a powerful brain. That's the whole system. 6 steps that make learning finally make sense. No hacks, no magic, just the way your brain works best. Use them consistently, and learning won't feel heavy anymore. Here's the truth I want you to leave with. You're not bad at learning. You were just never taught the right system. And once you switch from passive studying to real, intentional practice, everything changes. With these 6 tools, you're not just studying anymore. You're building real skills. You don't need talent or perfect motivation, just a starting point. So pick one skill you've been avoiding and begin today. Which one are you choosing? And before you go, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to support the channel. Hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video.